Alright, so this video is going to be about what comes after NO2. So I just woke up, so I sound a little bit weird, but basically what I'm going to be talking about is news I've heard or games that sound interesting that could be, good things for people to play. Now, in this video, if you don't agree with what I say, maybe list a game down below that you think is coming out, it's going to be cool, or maybe talk about another game in the comments. That way I understand like different points of view, but let's get started. So, NO2 recently closed, and because NO2 closed, we're gonna see a whole resurge of games opening. We're gonna see a bunch of Naruto games coming out. That's both a good thing and a bad thing. Like, I have 3 Naruto games right now, or 4 Naruto games right now, that I'm looking forward to, and there's plenty more that I just can't think of at the moment, but so far, there's some really promising ones. Like, the most promising I would say would be Sakura Shippuden 2, and I'll put some gameplay of each game that I currently have in the video. Sakura Shippuden 2 is most likely going to be a little bit like NO2 with some sort of like competitive aspect put into it, more than just executing and gripping necks, So in NO2, the main competitive aspect was getting your village to a higher like rank, everybody's higher ranks, and gripping necks and getting money and ranking up and everything until the end, which was the war. But in Sakura Shippuden, apparently there's going to be like tournaments and stuff like that where you could do like ranked matches, like League of Legends basically. And hopefully this turns out nice, but we'll see what happens when it comes to Sakura Shippuden 2, because this game's striving to be different from NO2. Just at the moment, it's still making steps towards being different, but I already know this game's going to be nice because I know 2 out of the 3 owners, and they're really nice people, and I really like them as people, so I'm pretty sure and I know them as developers as well, actually. I've known them for years, actually, and they're pretty good. But the next game, guys, is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Ninja Blocks 3 would be a good game next. Now, if you hate Ninja Blocks 3, if you hate Sakura Shippuden, that's on you, but I think these games have some potential to be good because they're doing things different from other Naruto games. Other Naruto games are trying to recreate NO2. These 2 games specifically are trying to do something different. Although they do have a closed community, they do have roles to a point, they are doing something different. Sakura Shippuden, I don't think has any like character roles like Shisui, like Itachi. I think Sakura Shippuden's like completely like its own thing, like no canon characters. Meanwhile, NB3 has some canon characters, but it also does some things different. Like with the map, it's a lot different from NO2 from what I've experienced, and the gameplay is a lot different too. So that's a refreshing thing. But when it comes to NB3, the game is fairly old. It's like, I think NB2, and I don't know if there's an NB1, but I know there's an NB2 that I played before. NB3 is like a recreation of that, like the newer version of that, and it's been getting updated slowly but surely, so that's something I'm looking forward to as well. Now, the next game will be Shinobi Online Jutsu Test Place. Now, this game, we played it on Seiji stream basically, and it's actually a decent game, I'm not gonna lie. It's a decent game, it's just it's lacking something in my opinion. That's why I wanted to put it in this video, because it's not a bad game. It's R15, so that's a plus for me, but it's just missing something that makes it fun. Like, of course, it's a combat testing place. You can't just add everything to the game yet. But I'm looking forward to seeing what they do with the game by making it, different, by adding some sort of element of surprise, maybe making it so players don't know what they're born into until later on in the game. Maybe players don't have any choice of what they're born into. Basically making it so it's random, similar to NO2, but maybe adding their own twist to it, like adding different clans, adding different moves for each clan. Like, I know they added the Lee clan or something like that. They get gates, I don't know why. But they added, like, I think some sort of clan that heals himself, a clan that lets you bind somebody with like a chain and they can't do anything, which is pretty cool actually. But this game has some really cool jutsus and KGs. So the last 2 Naruto games are going to be Ninja Arts and Beyond Story. Now, the reason I'm putting those 2 at the final ones is because I want to see who stayed. No, I'm kidding. But those 2 are the most hyped from what I've seen. Sakura Shippuden and those 2 are definitely the most hyped. The thing about Ninja Arts is I left the Discord chat because I just wasn't getting enough news about the game, and like it was kind of weird and the toxic behavior in the Discord chat, so I just left it. I didn't want to stay in there. But when it came to Beyond Story Mode, we're not really getting that many updates anymore, and I think it's because they're focusing on the game and trying to get it to a point where it's ready. So that's something I'm very much looking forward to seeing how Story Mode plays out and how Ninja Arts plays out. Now, Ninja Arts incorporates a lot of 3D modeling, 3D clothing and everything. I believe Beyond Story has a combination of clothing with 3D models, which is something I do like as well. But we'll see what happens between the 2. I'm personally rooting for none of them. I just want to see what happens. I'm not rooting for a specific game. If anything, I'm rooting for Sakura Shippuden 2 because I know the people of the game more than anybody in the other games combined. But we'll see what happens with both of those games. All the games, I think I listed like 5 or 6 Naruto games, so we'll see what happens with those games. Hopefully they're good. Hopefully they're not bad. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of Naruto games coming. I'm telling you, there's even more coming out in the future, guys. I will be there to give you videos on them and give you links to the games, so don't worry about that. But the next thing I want to talk about is Snake World's upcoming game. Now, Snake World made a joke, I think, about Boruto Online 3 in 3 years. Now, I'm going to take that serious. I'm not even kidding. What I think is going to happen is Boruto Online 3 is going to be some sort of meme version of NO2 or something like that. Or maybe in like 2 to 3 years, they reopen NO2 and we get out of the Eternal Tsukiyomi or something like that. And we get out of it. And anybody that got killed by Madara isn't actually dead, or anybody that was killed in Madara's like truth orb seeking form or whatever, in the white form, wasn't killed, I guess, or wasn't PD'd. And they were just, you know, like in the Infinite Tsukiyomi instead of being killed. I think that would be pretty cool, because then players could come back to the game and get their stuff back, and maybe the game could open up for Wave 5 and Wave 6. We can get some new people, because honestly, Wave 4 was just... Wave 4 was tragic, bro. It was just bad. Wave 4 had some dumb people in it. Like, it was just so bad. So bad. Well, we'll see what happens with NO2. I'll maybe make a video on that like a few weeks from now, because I want to start making some more non-NO2 videos to get back into the groove of making, you know, normal videos. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is a Bleach game. People are rumoring that Snake World's working on a Bleach game. I don't know, I don't think he is, but people started playing Bleach Primera. I'll leave a link to that but it's below. I'll link everything I got down below. But Bleach Primera is looking pretty good, guys. It's a game that's not that new, it's pretty old, but if you want to play it, I think Main and everybody's playing it so far. They've been like no-lifing that game. I know for sure Ethereal's been no-lifing that game, so if you want to try it out, link is down below. I don't really personally enjoy the game, but it's all on you if you want to play it or try it out. It's fun for some people. For me, it just wasn't fun, but we'll see what happens if you guys want to play it. Now, the next game we're talking about is Automata Rising. If you stuck by the stream for NO2's War towards the very end, Automata Rising was the game they said was next. And that's the game I think Snake World's working on that's going to be somewhat community based. I think it's going to be probably 2 factions fighting against each other, from what I could tell. And it's probably going to be like, they have special abilities and they have leaders and everything. They have to try to fight against each other and get to the higher stakes or higher ground. You know, like in Star Wars, the higher ground Anakin. But when it comes to that game, it seems like it's going to be very much parkour and running and fighting and shooting things based. So if you're looking forward to something like that, I recommend the game. It's just, I'd never played it. I've seen GIFs of it. I don't think I'm going to play any GIFs just in case. But the game looks freaking nice. It looks pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of One Piece Requiem a little bit, with like the whole player sizes, how they're a little bit bigger than normal players. But regardless of that, the game does not look that bad. Hopefully it's better and gets better. We can see more concepts on Twitter and stuff like that in the future as well, because that'll be pretty cool. But the next thing I want to talk about is Snake World's summer game, basically. If you don't know, Snake World's working at Roblox for the spring. Sorry, not the summer. The spring. He's working at Roblox for the spring, and it seems like this game is a Final Stand plus Dark Souls combination, basically. And it's kind of a combination that's a little bit weird. Now, you might be thinking, oh, we just update Final Stand. Well, Final Stand's copyrighted. If he makes a version that's different with freaking Dragon Souls, with what's it called? Dark Souls in it, I think that'll be pretty cool. And the thing is, it's going to probably be some sort of dark game too, so that's something I'm looking forward to. I want a game that I can experience that feels dark and that I can have fun in. That's kind of like Final Stand as well. But we'll see what happens with that. The thing is, that's the game I'm looking forward to the most out of all the games, because I've been playing Snake World's games for a long time, and I've looked forward to them for a long time. And hearing about this is pretty cool too, because we don't know when it's going to come out. We don't know when Automata Rising's going to come out. We don't know when Sakura Shippuden 2 is going to come out. But when it comes to this game, I feel like this game's going to come out sometime this year, maybe early next year. But this year is what I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to this game because it just sounds so awesome. I just think it's going to be a fun game to play with my friends, leveling up in. If I get killed, it's going to be fun to scream and yell and rage at. But we'll see what happens with that game. I think it's going to be the most hyped game of all time, to be honest. I think it's going to be a really fun game. Well, that's pretty much the video, everybody. I'm sorry if my voice is a little stagnant. It's because I have a sore throat, basically. It's really cold outside. It's almost snowing, basically. But if you guys did enjoy the video, do me a favor. Leave a like on the video. I hope that I talked about games that you guys maybe don't know. That way you guys can get hyped about it. There's a few other Naruto games that I didn't mention. It's just that I don't know the names of the games. I don't know the owners too well, so I don't want to like shout it out if you guys don't know it. But hopefully you guys do enjoy the games. I'll leave a link to anything I can down below in the description. If you guys want another video, leave an idea down below or join my Discord chat. I'm going to be reopening that probably this weekend or maybe early next weekend. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the video. Leave a like and subscribe. Till then, it's been your man Roball. I'm signing out now. See you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.